Escondido, Tuesdays, 6:30 p.m. right here on ESPN 1700. Featuring Jim Holtus, the host, the agent, Dan McGranahan. Get fired up by amazing guests from the world of action sports, such as Supercross star Cooper Webb, UFC title contender Dominic Cruz, FMX superstar Robbie Madison, surfer Tori Meister, musician Graham Nancaro, and more. The Action Sports Show brings you the biggest names in the action sports world. Tune in every Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. right here on ESPN 1700.
This is Shannon Campbell.
Hi, this is Walker Evans.
Big Daddy here.
This is Jeremy McGrath.
Hello, this is Jay Leno.
This is Mario Andretti.
This is Carl Renazetter.
This is Rick Dale with Rick's Restorations.
This is Paul Tracy.
Hey, this is Sonny Garcia.
This is Trigger Gum, Daredevil.
My name is Paul Thacker.
Robbie Gordon here. This is Ryan Arciero of Arciero Miller Racing.
I'm Ryan Friedlinghaus, CEO of West Coast Customs.
This is Kerry Hart.
Hey, I'm Tanner Faust.
Travis Pastrana here from Nitro Circuit, and you're listening to the Action Sports Show.
You're on, guys.
All right, folks, welcome back to the Action Sports Show live on the Action Sports Radio Network. Jim Holtus, Dan McGranahan, Billy Laninovich is in-house. And, hey, Dan, we got our next great guest here. Tell us a little about this young man.
Well, I am very excited to have this guy on our show today.
Finally.
We've been talking about having him on for a while. He's actually a team member here with the Toyota of Escondido crew and works with our man, Billy Laninovich. And I get to hang out with him and his amazing father once a week when we do a little men's Bible study thing on Tuesday mornings with the boys, a bunch of the Moto boys. And he comes out, and I've gotten to know this guy, and he is an absolutely incredible young man and very passionate about racing. He is the 2016 Supercross Rookie of the Year. Everybody, big radio round of applause for Alex Fry.
Hey, man, welcome on the show. Like you said, super stoked finally getting you out here.
Yeah, it's a Cripple Convention around here.
Cripple Convention, that is correct.
It's, both of us are hurt. And
it's rad to say, but it's not rad, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Luckily.
For people that don't know, Alex, what happened? What did you do?
I had so after Glen Helen.
Start it like this. See, what happened was.
What happened was. Well, after Glen Helen, I had a big crash at Paula. And, it was all good and everything. Was at the hospital, but my knee was super swollen. And, went to the doctor later on in the week, and it turned out I tore my ACL, messed up my meniscus, and also had a tibial plateau fracture. And right now we're about 4 weeks post-op, so on the road to recovery. And, just focused on getting my knee better. And, that's been the main focus lately.
Right on. So what did they do? Did they cadaver you?
I got a patella tendon graft. So they took the tendon from under
hip?
my patella.
Oh, okay.
And then, replaced my ACL with that. And then they also went to my hip and got a bunch of bone and did a bone graft also on my tibia. So, Dr. Greenbaum and Irvine did a really good job. And, can't thank him enough for taking his time and, allowing me to be able to walk good, again in the future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, knee surgeries aren't fun.
No, I've had a couple myself, and you use your knees for walking quite a bit.
Yeah. And I think right now the most important thing is physical therapy and really getting the knee strong and being able to straighten it all the way and get the range of motion, and that helps out down the long road.
We heard Michael Lieb talk a little bit, and he's been through this. He's older than you. He's been through this quite a bit, and the mentality approach to it, and the ability to just go, I'm going to heal, and that is where my focus is right now.
Yeah. Yep.
I know that's hard when you're young and in a hurry to get where you've been working so hard to get, and it's so close. How has that been for you?
Honestly, it hasn't been too bad. For sure, going through the whole season, it was tough at the time I got hurt, and we're really training hard, and it's been tough to kind of stay focused on, just getting better, and that's been my main goal, is just staying in the moment, not really looking too far out where I want to be, but realizing the goal, and the goal is to get my knee better, and just really focusing on that and not getting too ahead of myself, and and also not looking so far in the past, thinking of what it coulda, shouldas too, because, that can really get in the way of recovery also. So, yeah, the main thing is just staying in the moment, and, I have something to focus on, and that's getting my knee better, and just focusing on that.
Mm-hmm. What's it? Billy Laninovich is working with you on some of your training?
Yep.
What's it like to go out with this guy? I know he thinks he's like God's gift to trainers.
No.
I'm just giving you a hard time, man.
Billy,
What does he work on you? What does he work with you on?
Everything. Billy's been there since I first started Supercross. He's seen me go from not being able to hit whoops to being able to my first Supercross race. So he's seen the progression all the way up to that point. He was there from day one. So yeah, it's great. I've actually ridden with Billy once. Every time that he's been out with us at the track, he's been helping me. And at the end of the day, it's even at the pro level, it's fundamentals and things like keeping your leg up, elbows up. That we still go over those things. So I think that's one thing that stays constant, no matter what level you're at.
Yep, I agree. And I have to say, it's been a pleasure to be able to meet his dad and work with Alex.
Well, this was my next question. How is he as a student?
Oh, man, Alex. The biggest thing with riders is some of them have an attitude where they think they know it all, and they don't really like to listen.
So they're not coachable.
Yeah, not coachable. But Alex, he's a completely different kid, man. He really wanted to learn. I have never met a kid with the work ethic that Alex has. Up at 6 o'clock every single morning on the rower or out running, getting his stuff done, getting his breakfast, and going out to the track and getting to bed early. I mean, they came October 1st and moved in, and that's when we started doing Supercross. And very, very dedicated at what he wants to do and very focused. And, yeah, it's been a pleasure working with you. I hope I get the opportunity again next year to be able to work with them. Just got to pray that we get another ride for next year.
Yeah, that's,
yep.
Just looking into next year. But, yeah, just the progression this year working with Billy has been great. And I'm quite sure everyone's seen that with the results, and even compare me from a year ago. The rider I am today is, 9-day difference. So, yeah, the big thing.
And that's not because of me. That's because of his work ethic. I just point out the little things that he needs to work on and stuff, and he's got the talent and the ability to be where he's at. It's just,
I mean, it's 80% on you, but the wisdom to have the people with the watchful eye, looking over you, that's you get some credit for that too, but that's part of the package and what it takes. As a parent, you hear this slogan like it takes a village to raise kids. Well, it takes a village to become a top motocross racer.
Yeah,
there's hard work.
Yep. Without my dad being there.
Dad's like the governor in your village.
Yeah, he's
Billy's
like a big one.
Billy's like
Big
the
Dan.
mayor or something.
Alex getting out of hand, it's whoopsh.
Yeah.
Whoopsh. He's there to whoop him.
Yeah.
So there's that picture of the guy with chasing the kid on the KTM with the bat. That's your dad?
Yeah, that's him.
Wow.
That's him.
No, he's not that bad.
He just has to take the abuse because we're on air,
Yep.
and he doesn't have a microphone.
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, he could get one. I know a guy.
Oh, he might like that.
Oh, man.
Your dad is an interesting character, a man of incredible wisdom. One of those guys that's slow to speak, and then when he talks, you better listen because he's going to say something powerful. And I really appreciate that about him. And father, sons, you guys are out here from the East Coast, based out of North Carolina?
Maryland.
Maryland.
Yep.
Okay, based out of Maryland, out here, and it's you two. You guys are like Team Fry, basically, when it comes down to it.
Yeah. And, you guys get to talk to him, and he'll talk you to death, but I get that talking to every day. Going on the track, coming home from the track. So if you ever catch me in the van coming home from the test track, I always have my headphones on. And,
That's why you have them on all the time.
And nod my head and, all right.
Hold on. Let me write that down.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
These guys have been a team for a long time. They've both sacrificed a lot. They spent 2 years at the Carmichael's farm living in a motorhome.
Wow.
And that takes a lot of sacrifice, and the dad did not work, and be able to be there for his son and support him to get to where he is today.
Yeah.
Says a lot.
What's funny is that, we were living in an RV down in Georgia, and coming to California and actually living in a house was a big step up compared to where we were doing. So it's been great, being out here for sure.
Well, now that you're in California, we want you guys to stay. Like we were like, you guys belong here in California with us. Like, if we got to deal with all this California mess, you got to deal with it with us.
Yeah, that man, the traffic, the
tracks all over the place.
Yeah,
man.
tracks all over the
Jeez.
place. That's tough. I went home last week, and just the humidity was totally different after being out here for 7 months. Definitely I did miss the humidity and the heat for sure. It was gnarly.
Yeah, for sure. So when do you expect, when is a comfortable time to say you're throwing a leg back over the bike?
Right now the goal is to start riding October. For sure won't be doing, whoops and stuff like that. Mainly then will be, fundamental training and some outdoor stuff. The main goal is to really start Supercross, November. For sure, mid to late November. The goal is to hopefully do East Coast again next year and go from there. But yeah, that's conservative, and the doctor's also been very conservative too. He was saying 6 months when I first got surgery. Saw him a week later, and he's saying I can do it in 5 months. So I see him in 2 weeks, and we'll get a better gauge there of where we're at.
It's interesting to me that you are so strong in Supercross because you're young, and usually when people come out of the sort of youth ranks, it takes a little while to get warmed up in Supercross.
Yeah.
I actually feel like it's a strength for you. Like, you're going to really shine in Supercross.
Yeah, I learned through a lot of trial and error. Billy was there through the days. He witnessed the gnarly crashes, and also the year before I really struggled in arena cross, and that made me a lot better rider. I can't tell you the amount of times I crashed in the whoops, and they still post pictures of this day of me going over the bars in the whoops. So
you made the highlight reel.
Yeah, I definitely made the highlight reel.
You had a grand get off that they enjoy playing. So.
Yeah, they definitely remind me of where I was for sure. But a lot of it has just been the trial and error, and then in October, all the way up until first race was just the repetition and the time that we put in, and that really showed come race time.
What do you think the biggest difference was from amateur racing into the professional riding Supercross and outdoors?
For sure, the biggest difference is that everyone's really fast. Everyone's really close. Everyone wants it just as bad as you, and it really just comes down to confidence, belief that you belong up there. And I would say that's a really big difference. Everyone's on the
So
same
everybody's on the
equipment.
same pace, and it just comes down to mentality?
Yeah, mentality, for sure. And, if you have the belief that you're better than someone, you most likely are gonna beat them, for sure. So it really comes down to that, and just the grit, especially in outdoors. Supercross comes a little bit more down the skill, where outdoors, you really have to have the grit.
Skill
sure.
and technique for Supercross. Supercross is such a technique,
for sure.
thing. And I don't know how to differentiate for the audience, and maybe you could help with this, Billy. The difference between skill and technique.
Skills and technique.
I mean, maybe you could say skill is your sort of
got your
learned trait, and technique is it's
I
also
mean,
a learned trait.
Is I guess you would say talent, and then technique. I don't know. I think
It's a type of approach, whatever your type of approach to riding is, right? So if my technique is to go into the whoops with a certain body position,
Yes.
that's my technique.
Yes.
And my technique is to get way over the front of the bike when I'm jumping,
Yes.
or
is.
something like that. That's a technique, right?
Yes.
It's also a skill per se.
I mean, it's a skill because it's timing and it's so technical.
Yeah.
You see most guys that have a lot of talent, they're usually better in Supercross and they have the technique.
Yeah.
Where
They
other
go
guys,
hand in hand.
it does. Where other guys aren't as skilled, it takes them a lot more to work at it. For me, Supercross, I enjoyed it because it came easier than outdoors. I wasn't a guy to go out there and hang it out wide open, but the timing and stuff like that, the whoops, I really enjoyed that. And yeah, so but yeah.
What do you think of off the bike training, like BMX, to help with timing for Supercross? Pinpoint stuff, because BMX is such a pinpoint thing.
It is. Well, McGrath, he was really good at BMX.
He was a BMX guy, yeah.
I rode BMX as a younger. I wasn't the greatest, but I can jump and do some tricks and stuff like that.
Sure.
And I think it just makes you to be really smooth and not be so hard on the bike and slamming stuff where you're more precise and smoother on it.
Yeah,
but I do.
I'm by no means good on a bicycle, so I can't say
that applies for you.
I can't even keep my feet on the pegs if I were to to jump one. So that's definitely not my forte.
That's so funny.
Yeah, and then my dad told me I had to stop because he's like, if you break your arm riding a BMX bike, I'm gonna break your other arm. 'Cause I put so much money into this, so I couldn't really have a whole lot of fun off the bike.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I do think it helps a lot.
Your dad knew what you were capable of, and he wanted to see you achieve what you had worked so hard for.
Yeah, and just like any of these other kids' dads out there, they put a lot of time and effort and money into it for their kids to succeed.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing, as a parent, I see it a little different, and I see it like I try to look at it from the kids' perspective also. Like it would be unfair to say, put all that pressure on a kid and say, I sacrificed so much for you. I would never do that to my kid, and I think it would be wrong to do. And I think as a parent, you also got to go, well, did he ask me to do that, or was that my choice?
Yeah.
If it was my choice and he didn't ask me to do it, I got to back down from that little cliff I'm hanging on.
Yeah.
And I just see it with a lot of parents. I'm talking to you because I know you deal with some crazy parents out there over the years.
Yeah, it's a sensitive subject to get on. There's a lot of crazy parents out there that don't know what they're doing, and they're just out there pushing their kid.
You could have just said it as a statement. There's a lot of crazy parents out there and just put a period behind it, and we could have just gone off into break. And
when it comes down to it, if a parent wants it more than a kid, it's wrong. The kid has got to want it. That kid, when from the time he's born, he has got to want to be a professional motocross racer, and that's all he can think about.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. But if the dad is out there, you need to ride 4 days a week, and he's putting all the money into the bikes, it's wrong.
Yeah.
He's most likely going to get the kid hurt.
Yeah.
So, I'll stop there.
We're going to go to break, and you guys can think about whether you are one of those parents or if you think Billy will be one of those parents when he has kids.
Chew on that, San Diego. More of the Action Sports Show when we come back.
It'll rot your brain, ruin your good name, take money for your shame, and we're all entertained. What can you do?
Hi folks, Jim here, and I want to talk to you about Slime Tire Sealant. Racers in all classes of motorcycles, ATV, bugs, cars, trucks are using Slime Tire Sealant to prevent flats, including pre-runners. Smart teams are even using slime inside their trailer tires too. I mean, how many tires do you have? Think about it. Do you have motorcycles, ATVs, cars, trucks, trailers, wheelbarrows, mowers, and bikes? How many flats have you had in the last year? Maybe the answer's none. Maybe you're due for one. How much time and money can flat tires cost you? How about just the peace of mind? Nobody likes flat tires at all. Just pre-install Slime Tire Sealant to prevent flat tires. Slime is a liquid tire sealant that easily installs after taking out the valve core of the tire with the tool provided. Once inside, slime seeks out and seals punctures instantly and repeatedly and is guaranteed for 2 years. Slime is non-toxic, non-combustible, water-soluble, and does not void tires' warranties, unlike that other stuff in the can. Go for Slime in the Gallon for all your off-road tires. If it isn't green, it isn't Slime. Put trust in your tires. Slime, there's no stopping you.
One name you should know, the best place you can go, Toyota of Escondido.
It's true. The best new cars make the best used cars. And Toyota of Escondido is once again #1 in Toyota certified used cars and trucks. Feel confident driving with the peace of mind of a 160-point inspection and Carfax report. You also get a 12-month or 12,000-mile comprehensive warranty from Certified Purchase Date, plus a 7-year or 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty from original date of sale when new. Please ask for complete warranty details. Toyota Certified Sales Leader for San Diego County for 2014.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Jeremy Little Heathen Stevens, and you're listening to the Action Sports Show, powered by Toyota Escondido Action Sports.
You're on, guys.
Folks, welcome back to the Action Sports Show, powered by Toyota Escondido Action Sports. You have landed on the one-stop shop for anything and everything in the action sports world each and every week. Surf, skate, moto, off-road, UFC, you name it. This is where you're going to find out about it. And you can either listen to it at home or you can come down here in the Toyota Escondido Action Sports Studio and see it for yourself with all the hundreds in attendance here tonight and the millions listening all over the world. It's a great thing to do here, part of the Action Sports network of brands. So with that, I'm Jim Holtis, Dan McGranahan, the usual suspects. This is Billy Laninovich. Man, it's great to see him back in here. And we're sitting here talking to Alex Fry, getting to know him a little bit. And you said you're not the best on the bicycle.
No.
What else do you enjoy doing aside from moto, especially now that you got some time off? Obviously, you can't surf, skate, and snow and all that stuff, but what do you like to do when you can do it, and what do you like to do now when you're kind of...
Well, the nice thing, I'm in the process of figuring that out.
Oh, yeah?
I've been so busy training and, getting to this point that I am now. I actually didn't get any free time until I got hurt, so it's just been within the past 5 weeks that started doing stuff. I'm really into mountain biking, and really that's because of the training and all that. So I enjoy that for sure. Billy took me to the driving range for the first time.
Nice, very
nice.
That's classic.
Just learning. That's the main thing.
You swing the sticks, Billy?
I do, yeah.
Whoa, we got to go play, man.
I do.
Dude.
I'm ready. That's the board right here.
Let's do it.
I get to drive the golf cart.
Well, he can't yet.
Yeah, not yet, but
maybe in like 3 or 4 months.
Take it out to my my boys out at Woods Valley, and we'll get the big 4-seat Hummer. We can all cruise in the same car, and it's got the tunes and the cooler. And all that kind of stuff.
About my Toyota Escondido Tundra?
We're just gonna drive that on the golf course.
Oh, Hummer, a golf cart.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a custom stretch golf cart, which is.
I was gonna
it
say,
sounds really cool.
Okay.
But now. You hit 4 array shots, and you have one vehicle that's got to drive to all these balls over there, and it doesn't exactly make the U-turns and the cart path good. So you got to, do I want to swing over the outside plants or clip the inside plants? God. And the thing does like 45 miles an hour down the middle of the fairway. It's crazy. Anyways.
You're going to get us in trouble on the golf course.
What?
Jim, you have no idea, I think, what it would be like to get a vehicle like that into any one of our hands and go on a golf course.
Yeah.
They have made, millions of hits on YouTube from a lot less than what would go down.
Yeah.
Actually,
it's like letting Deegan have a dirt bike on a golf course?
At least. At least like that. It's like letting Victor Sheldon have a rental car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Victor Sheldon.
Not one of the Toyota Escondido rental cars, which, by the way, you got hooked up with a couple of weeks ago.
This place is great. There's so much going on here at Toyota Escondido, the collision center, the used cars, the new cars, the parts, the service. So I brought my car in to get had a little issue with the wheel hub, and the boys in the service did a fabulous job taking care of my car, and I was super pumped about that. And I went over to the rental car place and got in one of the rental cars, and this is like the 3rd time I've actually rented a car from here. And
the lovely Mira took care of you. She's great.
It's incredible, and they have great vehicles. They're all fresh, clean, new. It's fun to get in a car that's not your car, actually, sometimes,
and what's kind of cool that most people don't know, so like when you go to a regular rent-a-car agency, we've got the SUVs, the trucks, like whatever you might need here. And if you're going to buy a car, we have the try before you buy program. Rent the car for the weekend. Why don't you see how it's really going to be once you get all your kids and stuff in there? And yeah, it's a really cool program. So definitely come check that out.
That's cool. And since we're on the subject of the mothership here, the Toyota Escondido Action Sports, I'm going to let the world know, and you don't tell anybody this. This is some top secret stuff. But if you guys come into the dealership and you're looking for a new car, tell them that you want to speak to Jim Holtis, and tell them that you are looking for the Action Sports Special. Those 3 words right there. Game changer, game changer.
It is.
Or you can just say, give me the guru. I'm just saying.
The guru.
The guru.
want the guru.
That's the nickname they gave me here. I'm the guru. So hashtag go see the guru.
Hashtag go see the guru.
And you might run into 343 here when you're coming by. You never know.
Michael Lee. Hashtag 343.
Going to the bathroom. He's in there in the mirror flexing.
He's got his shirt off
Full
in the bathroom.
flex shot. Come on, man.
Oh, man.
He's over there. He's got the little metal stall because the mirrors are all taken. He's flexing in the metal reflection from the stall, trying to get the right angle. I've been there. I know.
And it's got to be high res enough to be able to put on the canvas. So, just saying.
Let's get back to our boy Alex
Yes.
Fry here. So we are excited to have you on the show. And what do you like about Supercross? You like the whoops? You like the jumps? You like the corners? You like the starts? You like the intensity? What's your favorite?
I would for sure say I like the fact of learning a new track each weekend. You almost never know what you're gonna have. Everything's different, and everyone is forced to learn it. Within those 3 practices. So I would for sure say that's one of the things I really like. I've gotten accustomed to the whoops. I can go back to Toronto. I was really scared of the whoops there. And the first practice, I went around them the whole time, didn't even hit them until the next practice. And but yeah, for sure, I would say that the really cool thing is just riding something new each week. You have something to look forward to, for sure.
Mm-hmm. And that's a tough thing. These guys, what people don't realize too, is they only get 28 minutes on the track
Yeah,
before
it's
racing?
1:08 and 2:10, 10-minute sessions. So yeah, it goes by quick.
Yeah, you get 28 minutes practice time, and that's it.
And whatever you didn't hit first, practice and time practice, you got to bust it out and figure it out. So it's tough. It's really tough.
And if you don't do it in practice, you're going to do it in the race.
Yeah, which I've done a few times. Not hit something until the race, and that's not the way to go.
He makes it so hard on himself. I'm like, dude, just go hit it. You can do it.
Isn't it so
easier said than done?
Yeah,
I've
but
been
isn't
there.
it so funny because now I'm going to apply myself to a situation which is a much smaller level. But say that I'm at some track and there's like a double, and it's maybe like a 40-foot double. So it's like, oh man, that thing's just a little longer than I just want to like pop it. So I'll jump like to the flats in the middle, like 15 times and just slam myself. And then finally I'll be coming around chasing some fast guy, and I'll have enough little, guts to like hit it, and I'll hit it, and I'll typically grease it the first time, and I'll be like, man, I've been beating myself up all day long for something that was so easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How often do you think that?
Yeah, that happens a lot in Supercross. Especially when you walk the track, everything looks really hard.
And
big.
big.
Until you actually ride it. Actually walking the track can almost psych you out, more than just going out there and riding it,
Yep.
Is it a necessary thing? Is it better to not walk the track? Are there things that you can just figure out everything?
You need to learn that.
Yeah.
There's some stuff you got to see.
It's just more of a mental thing. And when you have the confidence, take, for instance, Malcolm Stewart this past year, you can see something and know exactly, what it's going to take. And you just learn that through experience. But yeah, as a rookie, it's really tough.
And he pulled through it and, silenced a lot of the doubters and took it all the way to championship.
Yeah, for
so
sure. Yeah.
Great
I
job.
can think of anyone else that deserved the championship, more than him, for sure.
How's he going to do in the big bikes?
Oh, he'll be really good. He's really
gonna-
good on a 450. He won't have. I don't think he'll have any problems at all.
Is he going to be Like we're talking like Dungy Good. He's gonna be up there with Tomac and
I can see him mixing up
Roxon.
with like Sealy.
Whoa. We're talking Supercross up there with Tomac? I'm kidding.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can see him, around Sealy, those guys, mixing up with those guys.
If he's in shape, he'll be up in the top 5.
Yeah.
Maybe podium.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. He's got skills.
Well, you know what he has for me more than anything else? He has incredible skills. He's a lot of fun to watch on the bike. He's got a lot of his sort of brother's flair on the bike. But he's got personality.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We are so void of personality in this sport. It may be one of my biggest
it's perfect
complaints.
timing for a guy like that to come into 450s and bring everything that he brings with him. I'm super stoked.
So I want to hear your personality. So right now, here it is.
Hey, by the way,
On-
no pressure, but when Aaron Plessinger comes on here, he sings songs live on
Oh
the radio.
yeah,
So
dude, he's wild.
whatever you want to
I don't know
do,
how
it's
he
cool,
does
man.
He just opens up.
So here's the deal. You just won your first Supercross Lights race. You're on the podium, okay? And the Monster Girl's over there. Oh, tell me how you're doing. Well, what's going on? You got to be feeling amazing. Give it to me. You pretend to be the girl because I don't do a good job doing that.
What does that mean, man?
I don't know. What do you say to monster chicks after a race? Meet me back at my place, or what?
You can say stuff like that just to be funny.
That, yeah.
Yeah.
You can say stuff like that just to be funny, and it actually goes over super good.
But that's the point. No one even does that. Well, my so-and-so tires were hooking up good out there, and okay, come on, dude.
And
we get it.
if you take a little risk and don't just play the corpo ladder strategy.
Yeah, but that's just a personality. I'm
Yeah.
a quiet guy. I don't really have a personality.
Because you
I mean,
can
I
tell
do,
when a guy is
but-
trying too hard. Like a Plessinger or Malcolm, like those guys are always like that.
Yeah,
it's not like they go in the pits and they're quiet,
Right.
So you can kind of.
So you think, what could you do that would make you stand out? That would make you like break out of your shell and, can you get on the ground and throw a kickworm down? Like what?
Maybe
how are we
talking a
gonna
different
surprise?
accent each weekend.
That would be a good one.
Yeah, maybe do an Aussie accent one weekend.
How about each sentence?
I love it.
Yeah, like that would be pretty cool. Something for people to look forward to.
It's like the girlfriend. It's an American girlfriend that's with a foreign girlfriend
The
that
an-
has an accent. And
Here's the deal.
Are you from that place?
The answer is this.
No.
It's not gimmicky like that. It's laughing. It's smiling. It's saying, that was amazing, man. Yeah, my bike was killing it today. That KTM is untouchable. Dunlop tires are firing. I'm hanging out here on the podium. I got the Monster Girls around me. This is the day
We're
that
going
I've
out
worked
to dinner
so
later.
hard
Why
for.
wouldn't I like this?
Yeah.
So you lay it out with a little enthusiasm, energy,
Yeah.
and keep it real and show some excitement. And you can throw some of the sponsor plugs in at the same time. That's going to get the audience fired up and make you a lot of money.
Oh yeah,
if you
for
get that
sure.
opportunity.
Just showing that energy.
It would.
That's the bringing the audience in to feel your energy for sure.
Like Dino's got the personality, but he's got the accent, but you don't know where the heck it's from, but it doesn't matter. I don't know what he said, but that was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Everyone loves Dino.
Haggis.
There's a guy around your era that was like legendary for his podium speeches. Travis Preston, yes. And you know what?
Really?
Oh my gosh, absolutely legendary.
Awesome.
And I remember this guy to this day, not as a racer because he was a decent racer.
Yeah.
But because he rocked the podium, and those stadiums and those fans wanted him to win so bad, and he got rides because people were so into his personality.
Yep.
Over everyone
But that was
else's.
only on the podium.
Yeah, because
that wasn't off
I've
the
met
track.
Travis. He doesn't seem like that.
No,
On
that
the-
is only on the podium.
On the podium, he would get up there and they'd be like, "How'd you win? You
What
beat
did he say?
you beat Billy Laninovich." He's like, "What do you mean? You mean I won? I was just riding around out there, man.
Really?
I was just riding around in circles. It seemed like he was so funny. His character was off the charts."
Yep.
I
That
hope
was
we're
only on the podium.
I hope we're encouraging you to bring some
Yeah,
character.
for sure.
I mean, bring some character. Just let it loose. I'm not saying Michael Lessie cry, let it loose.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
But if you get overwhelmed and
Or
shed a
BD's
tear
Let It
too,
Loose?
That's tier
You
2.
win a
That's
title,
okay too.
you can let it loose and cry.
Yeah, absolutely. But let it loose. Have some fun.
Wait, was that the heat race win?
I think so. Yeah.
That
We pick on him, but you know what?
Yeah.
I'm proud of him for letting it out. You know, all good.
Hey, when it's hard when you're putting that much work and all that effort and the results aren't there. It's emotionally, physically, it's hard on you. It's tough.
Well, and then also, looking at where he started from, and going down and then trying to get back to that, Just
Yeah,
that
and that's a hard climb.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And then you got fans and all the people that are hard on him. And then you got his dad. All the people that talk about his dad.
What's wrong with his dad?
Nothing. There's
Oh,
nothing
okay.
wrong with his
I didn't
dad.
think so.
But just everyone
I thought
talks
he was the
about
father
it.
of the year.
Nobody likes
I
Tony
thought he was
Alessi.
father of the year.
There's nothing wrong with him. They're great. I think
Say it!
Mike Alessi is
Say
a great
it!
hard worker. He's a great kid.
Yeah, Mike's a good guy,
He
actually.
is a very good guy, and he actually helped out Alex
Yeah.
quite a bit at the tracks and stuff. And
Yeah, Mike's been a good guy,
Yeah.
for sure.
But you just get all that. You get that negative attention from fans and people. It takes a toll on you.
Totally.
It does.
We're trying to have fun, and these guys are getting a little serious here, so we're gonna back it back down. We're not trying to offend the Alessi family by any way. I don't need any green lights shining in my eyes while I'm trying to
The
drive,
views of
Jeff.
Dan McGranahan do not express the views of the rest of this
Do
panel.
not necessarily represent the views of the Toyota Escondido Action Sports team. Keep your hands and feet in the vehicle at all times.
Don't let the lights and cameras throw you, and try not to throw the lights and cameras if you can help it. But just saying, man.
So have you been on KTM for a long time? What were you in amateurs?
Yeah, I rode KTM all the way up until 2010. Then I rode for Factory Suzuki as an amateur until 12, and then actually came back to KTM, and I've ridden for them since. Yeah.
All right,
So
all right.
I've been with them for a long time.
So you've got to watch this bike really develop.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I have one thing I've noticed: the characteristics. Ever since riding 65 all the way up to big bikes now, I've definitely, there's certain KTM characteristics that that I know for sure.
A lot of people really like that steel frame, the flex that it has,
Yeah.
the way it's manageable. Really happy to see that they have a linkage.
Yeah, I rode them the 85 when it didn't have a linkage, and the main thing, and Billy can probably get on this, is just the kicking of the bike for sure. The thing kicked gnarly.
Yeah.
The bikes, yeah.
Yeah.
They were
almost
fast.
And now they're
unpredictable.
settling.
What do you mean kicked?
You just, the rear end raised up,
Oh.
Almost wanting to throw you over the bars, especially when you hit the bumps. But always super fast bikes,
Yep.
always really fast. Just the handling, and they finally got the handling down really good, on our bikes.
Yeah, they brought in Roger DeCoster.
Right.
They've got that bike dialed in.
Ian.
Quite an acquisition.
Yeah.
Great team.
Yeah, there is a great team going
There
over
is.
there. That's for sure. So if you do have to switch bikes and you have to go back to kicking a bike, is that just going to feel barbaric to you?
No, not kicking.
No, I understand.
Oh,
But
no,
if he switches
Kickstarter.
bikes-
Kickstarter. Yeah, that'll be weird.
So the
It's-
KTMs are all electric?
Yep, electric
Yeah.
start.
What is this lever down here by my foot?
Yeah, how do I use this?
It's large.
I need a Kickstarter. Get over here. Somebody start this thing for me.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised none of the other companies have gone the electric start route.
I think they are.
I think
heard-
you're going to see
I
a
heard
lot of that.
Yamaha and Cowie in the next year or two.
Yep.
Maybe going electric.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
we'll
I
see.
mean, trying to think who came together. I think it was in Supercross. Two guys came. It was either Dungy or Marvin or someone came together and went down and just started his bike up. And
Yeah.
kept
I
going.
was just
Or,
going to
no,
say, if
yeah.
you go down in the middle of the race and the bike stalls, I'm sure you're
Yeah.
pretty stoked to
Oh,
be able to
yeah,
push a
it was-
button instead of.
Yeah.
It just looks so uncomfortable, and I feel so bad for the guys. Man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Ryan might have stalled it and then just cut it back on. And
Just press
on
the
his way
button.
again.
The only bad thing is if it doesn't start, then
Yeah.
done.
And then you're
Yeah.
push starting it.
Yeah,
Can you
I-
push start that thing?
But if it
Sure.
if it has a
Bump start
battery,
it?
if it
Yeah.
wouldn't have started with the electric, it wouldn't have started with the kicking and the
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, sometimes those batteries will wear out or something will come disconnected or something. So
Not
the
very often,
kicking
but-
mechanical approach could could still work in that case, but they've proven that that's not really a real issue.
Yeah, it hasn't been an issue at all.
Are the Huskies electric start also?
Yep. Yeah,
Very
they're
nice.
electric start
The
also.
Husky is a KTM.
It's a Husky.
It's pretty much a KTM with Husky plastics.
It's a Husky.
They have a different subframe.
Husky.
Everyone says that they're so opposite. Oh, it's Husky. It's all KTM. No.
I mean,
It's not an old Husky.
That's true.
Tell you
That is
that.
absolutely
Well,
true.
it doesn't have 2 shocks in the back, no.
I want to say they had dual exhaust one year. No, the exhaust was on the left. That's what it was. Yeah, the old Husky, the exhaust was on the left.
Mm-hmm. That's
Are-
right.
How barbarically
The Bull
weird.
Taco factory
rode that
program. The new Bull Taco factory program for next year is going to be pretty
Yeah,
interesting.
right there with
Really?
Can-Am
With
and
the
Mako.
with the left side start and the shifter on the right.
Are
Did you ever
the
ride a
test
Bull
rider?
Taco?
Me?
Yeah, old school Bull
No,
Taco.
dude, he's
No, I don't mean racing. I
just
mean,
a
like, have
kid.
you ever rode one?
No,
I
no,
don't
no.
race bikes, but I've ridden them, and they have the starter on the left side and the shifter on the right. I was like, it's great. Anyways,
The sound effects were pretty great. So how are you as far as setup goes? Are you pretty good at like giving your mechanic feedback, or has that been? I know that's a learned trait for a lot of guys, and
Yeah.
you're young at it. So how are you? Are you like good at giving your mechanic feedback? Or?
Yeah, I'm not too picky about a few things. Being a rookie, it's kind of hard to know what I want to change and what's available to change.
Sure.
That's been a little bit of a learning in the past year, but honestly, I like the stock settings a lot for sure. I haven't gotten too far away from stock settings, and but yeah, for sure, there's a whole host of things to try, and overall, I'm not very picky. The main thing's just bars and levers and just getting a good feel for sure. And
He can get on the bike and ride anything.
Right.
yeah, it's
Right.
Just gets on it.
Right.
and that's just growing up, not really having every bike the same, everything was different, and you just learn and you adjust,
Yep.
just like a new track, you always have to adjust, and
I assume your dad was your mechanic for the majority of the beginning of your years?
Actually, this year's been the first year I've had a full-time mechanic.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been a big change.
Big Papa's just been chilling.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does he still come over and look over your mechanic's shoulder? Hey,
No,
what's going
no.
on here?
Coulter does a really good job, and I couldn't have asked for a better mechanic, this past year, and he's been really great. And it's not just being a mechanic and spinning wrenches. It's also being, a supporter for your rider. A positive
Completely, yeah.
influence. That's a big part of being a mechanic. And
He's the last person on the line with you before that gate drops.
yeah, and the first person you see when you come off.
Yeah. So and the person you connect with every single lap.
Yep.
So how is your dynamic? What does he say to you? What motivates you? What doesn't motivate you?
Well,
what does he use? Does he use humor? Does he use fire you up?
Yeah. Coulter's really good with the humor. He's also learned a lot about me too. I'm really quiet on race days. I don't really say a lot, and kind of stay off to myself. And so he allows me to kind of stay focused, and just really gives me encouragement and positive feedback. And that's the main thing. And again, that helps with belief and confidence out on the track.
Yeah.
He's been with me there, every day at the test track. He knows the work that I've put in, and he's a constant reminder of that, and reasons why I should believe in myself. So that's a big part, and yeah, he's been a great influence.
Are you pretty mechanically inclined yourself? Do you get most of the stuff? Or?
Yep, yeah, I get most of the stuff. Now being on the factory team, they don't tell us as much. It's more what do you want, not as much as what's going on in the motor. But yeah, I'm definitely in tune with that, and I'm not so good at. There's some guys that can come in and practice and tell a mechanic exactly what they want to change, and that's something that I've got to get better at.
Now you said you're pretty quiet and keep to yourself on race days. Is there any of those certain rituals that you do and only wear the blue shoe
Left
on the right
sock
fit?
on first.
No rituals like that. What I will say is a little weird about me is that I buckle my boots from the top to the bottom. I don't buckle the bottom.
Only on race day?
No, just all the time.
Always.
Yeah, I would say that's the only weird thing that happens on race day.
Man, you are so weird.
What?
2 different color gloves.
Oh, yeah, I do 2 different color gloves. That's another thing.
And that's an always, not just race day?
Yeah, that's always. I like to spice it up
Why
a little
not?
bit.
Well, there you go.
That was my thing too, but that was when I really needed good luck.
But maybe that's part of the things how was it? How did it go for you there? Well, I buckled my boots from top to bottom, and I got the opposing colors on the gloves, so, it went great.
Yeah.
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 Go wrong.
Other than that, yeah, I'm just real mellow on race day. I yawn a lot. I'm normally tired all day.
And they're like, dude, wake up.
Yeah,
We got stuff to do, man.
And then especially going from West Coast time to East Coast, you're just tired the whole day. It's really tough. Real tough.
Now, where do you guys live out here? Are you in Moto Land in the Temecula?
Yeah, we're in
area?
Marietta. Yep.
They live with Billy Laninovich.
Sweet.
Yep.
He is like full service trainer, maid, chauffeur.
I was just going to
butler,
say chauffeur. They drove him down, I'm sure. They all came together. Shopper.
Yeah.
cook. You prepare all his meals.
All of it. No.
Now, that is a dedicated trainer, man. I just got to say, wow.
Who do they got you training with, like gym training?
I train with Tyler Rattray.
Oh, that's
And,
right. Right on.
Man, Tyler's he's really stepped on my program this
Now, is
past
it
year.
Tyler or is it Tyler?
It's Tyler, right?
Tyler.
Yeah.
It's Tyler.
Tyler. Yeah, he's he's been great. His insight on what Alden does with his guys, and just like with my knee, Tyler, set me up with the doctor that did my knee, and so it's things like that. Not just in the gym, but just all around that he helps my program. And just my fitness this year is on a whole nother level than what I've ever been at. So I can't thank him enough for putting in the time and with me and the guys. So yeah, he's brought us to another level for sure.
I agree.
That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. So, who is your sort of core group? It's Tyler, Billy, your dad.
Yeah, that's the main group, especially out here in
Your
California.
mechanic.
Yeah, Coulter. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
basically Coulter, Billy, Tyler, my dad, and that's who we spend our days at the track with. Billy will help me with technique and reminding me. Billy knows my bad habits and just reminding me of things to pay attention to and to fix. And Tyler's more of training wise, stopwatch. And then I have Coulter, with the pit board and all that. And
Billy, you got a good mesh with all those guys working together with the trainer, and everyone's plays their own position. Works out well.
Yeah.
Dad
and
with
you
the
have
bat.
to. You got to have a good group of people around you that's very
Dad's like the
supportive
All-Star
and-
game with the bat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Ouch,
I mean, you have
ouch,
to.
ouch.
You
It
have to
has
all
to.
get
I
along.
mean, it's all
you
the-
can't have you can't have a lot of tension around all week long or at the races and stuff. And
It'll never get better.
But it's amazing. Like one racer there, and you have four people, key support crew
Yep.
with you at practice every day, at every race. Like it's a production, man. It is a
Yeah.
major production to race at this level.
Yeah, what you see on race day is just a small part of the whole deal. It's being on the podium. You see that, and that's fun and that's great. But what the person doesn't see is what it took during the week to get up to that point, for sure.
Yeah.
day in and
Now,
day out.
we don't know necessarily where you're going to be next year. You very well may be right where you are on the KTM Troy Lee Designs bike, and that would be awesome. I know you love that bike. But we're not sure yet, so we may see you on another bike. But one thing's for sure, we are going to see this guy on the podium. That's why we're giving him this podium insight, because he's going to get up there, and we want to see him wreck some shop from the podium.
Yeah.
And so I expect that will be the case. You have some of the greatest people around you, and you are truly an incredible young man. We've been pumped to have you on here. Tell the audience a little bit about like where they could follow you on social media, if you have a website, or any shout-outs you want to give, please feel free.
Yeah, you guys can follow me at AlexFry128 on Instagram and Twitter. That's normally what I use, and now Snapchat's kind of blowing up, so you can also find that on my profile on Instagram, and I'm also on Facebook, and if you look into that, you can definitely find me there.
Right on, right on. You ever get some wild messages from crazy fans?
No, actually no.
Not
but
yet.
There's always really cool people that'll come up and say, hey, thanks for doing this, and that's really cool. I like the autograph signings and meeting the fans, and it's just cool to see people so passionate and thankful, about what we do. For sure, that's the cool part of the job.
That is awesome. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, just like to, thank my dad, Billy, everyone that was mentioned before. Without them, wouldn't have been able to be in the position I am right now. And, just
Action Sports Show?
Yeah. Thank for the Toyota Escondido for allowing me to be here, and, it's been great.
Good things happen to people that come on the show. I'll just let you
know. Yeah, I've seen some of the lineups, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Yeah. Well, we're super excited to finally get you in house, and man, you're a good young man. Wish you all the best and get well, and we'll be talking again soon.
Cool.
When you're on the mend and on the podium. So
awesome. Thank you guys.
Absolutely. Alex Fry, ladies and gentlemen, man, well, we've had a great, hugely packed up show, and thanks, Billy, for coming back and being on the panel.
Thank you.
Always great.
Thank you,
Michael
Billy.
Lieb for coming in house. Hashtag number 343. Always good to see. We've got Crazy Chris turning the knobs, dialing the switches, back behind the board, and all of our guests and all you folks for listening. And don't forget to check us out here every Tuesday, 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. And next week, we've got a great show lined up. A guy named Alex Ortiz. He works with the brand Ethica as the social media manager, and he's a retired speed skater. Going to be going to support the Olympic teams out in Rio coming up here. So that's going to be really neat. And from the BMX Action Sports World, the legendary Bob Harrow will be right here live at the Action Sports Studio. So you don't want to miss that. You can go to the website, actionsportshow.com, for more information. Follow the social media, download the podcast, and hey, from all of us here at the Action Sports Show, hope you have a great week. Remember, don't text and drive. We'll see you next time right here on the Action Sports Show. Have a great one.